Hello out there, YouTube friends. I am Cindy, and this is Sincerely Cindy Settle. Today, we're going to talk books. I have my December, what I read in December wrap-up. Okay, so we are going to talk about 3 different books today. All 3 of these books are Christmas-themed books. I did actually get 3 books read in the month of December, which is unusual for me. Usually I'm a 2-book-a-month kind of girl, but I did manage to get 3 in. One of them was a novella. So the first one we're going to talk about is Debbie Mason's The Corner of Holly and Ivy. So I keep Christmas books on my bookshelf just to have throughout the year, although I only read them at Christmas. I just kind of have a stack that I've collected. I probably got this at a library sale or something like that. It is a romance, but there are some little twists and turns. There's some things that are a little unusual about it too that I didn't really care for. But I was really disappointed in that it doesn't really get to Christmas until about 75% in. So you know, I'm kind of waiting for the Christmas festivities and, you know, that kind of thing for it to feel kind of like a Hallmark-ish type of movie, but it didn't really get there until about 75% in. So I was a little disappointed in that. It is a second chance romance. Ariana and Connor are both, they were high school sweethearts. They managed to come back together in this small town in Maine, I believe. He's this hotshot attorney. She has just lost her privately owned business in a fire. She is also enduring some injuries from that fire, so she's recuperating. She's depressed. She doesn't get out much. She's living with her grandmother, who she calls Glamma, and her Glamma is experiencing some dementia, although she is running for mayor of her small town. So Glamma goes missing for a short period of time, and there's some concerns about her. So it kind of, in a joking way, Connor, who is our hero, this attorney, who is her high school sweetheart, he kind of jokingly says, you know, why don't we have everyone write Ariana in on the ballot and see if she can take Glamma's place in the polls. She is competing against Daniel, who is Connor's uncle. So there's some drama going on with Connor's family. There's a ghost, like great-grandmother, who is Connor's great-grandmother, and she's kind of hovering around, like you don't really realize who she is or why she's there. I still don't understand what her purpose was in the story. But anyway, she was there, so that was kind of weird. But there were a lot of different things that happened. I mean, the plot was cute. I just didn't feel like it was very holiday-ish for me. So this one was kind of this was a 3-star for me. I'm not going to go through my specific likes and dislikes like I typically do, since I am doing several books this time as opposed to just one. But again, I felt like this would be more Christmassy. You do have some Christmas stuff here on the cover. Holly and Ivy, you would think, but it was more about the mayoral race and that kind of thing than it was, and the drama between Connor's family than really about Christmas. So there you have that one. All right, so next up we have In a Holidaze by Christina Lauren. And this book is pretty popular out there in the booktube world and, you know, the booktok world, and just it's a popular book all the way around. So it is Christmas themed. This is much more Christmassy than our last book that we talked about. And this focuses on, I can't even remember her, Malin. Focuses on Malin, and her family has an extended group of friends who they call their family, their aunts and uncles and that kind of thing. So they all get together at this cabin over the holidays. They do all kinds of holiday-ish stuff. But now that Malin is a little bit older, she has these male friends who are the children of her parents' friends, who she has had a crush on one of them for a while. And she is hoping, or she is, I don't know, she would like for something to happen there. So the holidays part, the days part, I'm a little confused about, and maybe I just missed it. I did skim a little bit, but the days part is like she it's like Groundhog Day. If you've seen that movie, it's like she repeats the same day over and over again. And until at one point she doesn't. And I'm not really sure exactly why she doesn't continue to repeat that day. They don't really specifically say why she started to have that condition or all the time. I mean, it doesn't really say why that started happening. So like when she gets to that point, she had an accident, or what she believed was a car accident, and then she repeated the same day. And so then some other things happened, like she fell down the attic or something like that. So then the day repeated again. So it was like she had to figure out what she needed to do right in order for her days to continue as opposed to repeating, I think. So anyway, it's a cute book. I did like that it was much more holiday themed. I liked the family theme as well. Again, I'm not really sure that all of the days, the holidays portion was necessary. But it was a cute book. It is a, I don't know, friends to lovers kind of book. It does have a little bit of sexy times in there. So just be warned for that if that's not your thing. That is in there. I did give this one 3 stars as well. Again, I did like that it was much more holiday themed than the other one. But I really felt like the plot itself was kind of weak and didn't really flow really well for me. I ended with a lot of questions at the end. So there you have it. All right. So finally, and I don't have this physical book. I read this one on Kindle, actually on my phone, the Kindle app, is The Christmas Blanket by Kandi Steiner. It is a novella, and it is very much Christmas themed. So I can't remember her name, our heroine, she falls, she's heading home to her parents' house in a snowstorm. She gets stuck and someone comes out and saves her, and it's her ex-husband, and they end up going back to his cabin because they can't get anywhere because the roads are closed and they're covered with snow. And he lives in this little cabin with no internet, no TV, no cell phone, no nothing. And so she doesn't have any communication with anybody. And she was surprising her family, so they didn't even know that she was heading home. So she's out there with her ex-husband, and nobody knows where she is. No one's looking for her. So he doesn't have any Christmas decorations up or anything like that. The dog is there. There was a dog that they shared. He's all happy. So I like having the little puppy in there, or the dog in there. So that was kind of fun. You know, she starts to decorate the house and gets out his Christmas decorations and comes across a Christmas blanket that was kind of their thing for their first Christmas. So through the story, we learn why they divorced. You know, she wanted to go and travel, and he wanted to stay in their little town. But there were reasons behind why he wanted to stay in their little town and not travel with her. But he did not reveal those reasons to her at the time because he didn't want to hold her back. So anyway, it is a second chance romance. I did enjoy it. I teared up a little bit. The only thing that I wish was that it was a little bit longer. It could have been a novel. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more. I would have liked for a little bit more character development. It was a 4-star for me, so I did enjoy it. And I would recommend it for sure. And I would recommend these other ones as well, but The Christmas Blanket was my favorite, and I would recommend it above these other 2. So I don't have a whole lot of luck with Christmas books. Last Christmas, and I'll link that video down below too, I didn't have a whole lot of luck with those either. I think all 3 of those were 3 stars. I don't know. I don't know if people write Christmas book or authors write Christmas books and they just kind of get lazy with it. I don't know. That sounds awful to say that, but I don't know. The Christmas Blanket, again, was by far my favorite of the 3 that I read. So if you are interested in any of these books, I will have them linked down below, the Amazon link down below, so that you can check those out or put them on your Amazon wish list. Maybe you can get them at some point. And maybe you will love them, and maybe you did love them. So let me know if you loved them or if you've hated them, because I know a lot of you out there have probably read In a Holidaze and The Christmas Blanket. In the Holidaze is much more popular, I'm sure, because it was in the book of the month and things like that. So there you have my December TBR, a quick synopsis and a quick review of what I thought of them. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you guys the next time. I am Sincerely Cindy Settle. I am signing out. Mwah.